What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube at 4 o'clock Eastern Time for Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord, and Thread down below in the description. Now let's get started. Now WWE Smackdown was a 7 out of 10. It was a solid show. Now, SmackDown was live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett are the commentators. Alright, let's move on. WWE SmackDown kicks off with highlights from Money in the Bank. We see the Usos getting the win against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Live in the arena, the Usos make their way down to the ring with the fans in attendance singing their entrance theme. Jey Uso kicks off by saying that the Usos are now in your city. Jimmy Uso mentions how everyone said that Roman Reigns cannot be beat, but guess what? What happened at Money in the Bank? He got beat. Paul Heyman's voice is heard, and he walks out with Solo Sikoa. Paul Heyman introduced himself as both he and Solo get in the ring. The fans chant "You suck" towards Paul Heyman. He says you serve a defense council, and he presents them with defense item no. 1. The Usos tell him to shut up. Paul Heyman laughs and says he will spell it out. They don't tell him when to stop talking. There was only one person in WWE who would tell him to stop talking, as he says that Solo Sikoa puts his hands on the microphone and grabs it from Paul Heyman, and the fans chant Solo Sikoa. He throws the microphone to the outside of the ring and stands in the corner looking at the Usos. Paul Heyman looks confused. The opposite corner as Roman Reigns misses a kiss. Paul Heyman leaves the ring as Roman Reigns walks down wearing the Yula Fala, the red necklace around his neck. Commercial break. Back from the break, and everyone is in the ring. Solo Sikoa is standing in the corner as Roman Reigns has a microphone in his hand. The fans chant, "You got pinned." And Roman Reigns look at the crowd. Roman Reigns tells Madison Square Garden to acknowledge him. This was a good segment to kick off the show, by the way. Roman Reigns tells them they are right. He got pinned, but he is still the tribal chief. The fans chant tribal chief as Roman Reigns tells the Usos the fans are not chanting for them. And Jimmy Uso isn't the tribal chief. And the fans chant the Usos. And Roman Reigns laughs. Roman Reigns looks at Jey Uso and tells him he isn't the tribal chief either yet. Roman Reigns says if the tribal chief don't call for the tribal court, then this isn't official. He asks the Usos why they are wasting his time and asks them who has the authority to come out and put him on the trial. The Usos tell Roman Reigns he won't manipulate them like he always does. Jimmy Uso says he can watch this video and spin that how he wants. We see Exhibit A, where Roman Reigns told Jimmy Uso to apologize a few weeks ago. We also see when Roman Reigns gave Paul Heyman the Superman punch. Another video when Roman Reigns told Solo that Solo answered to him. The same video we see all of the times in which Roman Reigns put down the Usos and Solo Sikoa. Back in the ring, Roman Reigns smirks and looks at the crowd. The fans chant, "You effed up." Roman Reigns says no he didn't, in which the fans reply, "Yes you did." Roman Reigns tells the Usos that not who he is. That's who he was forced to be. Roman Reigns asks them if he wanted to lower himself and do all of that. He tells Jey Uso he did it for him, which was cap, by the way. Roman Reigns was capping the whole time. He looks at Jimmy Uso and says he did it for him. He looks at Solo Sikoa and says he did it for him. The fans chant BS. He says how could it be? He was at WrestleMania main event long before the Bloodline. So this was all started at Hell in a Cell. But I like how Like the real MVP goes to Jey Uso because the storyline started at Hell in a Cell. But Jey Uso needs to finish up Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and that's all I gotta say. So book Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Take my money to see that match. But anyway, let me continue. Roman Reigns says he did not need the bloodline, but the bloodline needed him. He put himself in a situation he should not have been for them, for the elders, for their family. And this is what he gets. He gets them compelling footage of his worst moment. His daughters are in the back watching and not understanding who he is because of them. He takes on the weight of everybody's family and he lifts them all up. He says he has 5 children in his household. He didn't need to take their kids too. Warren says he does not need this in his life. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need the power. Warren says he doesn't want it. He doesn't need it. He looks at Jey Uso and says he is done. He says he is done with all of it. If Jey wants it, he is because he is done. Roman drops his microphone and does Jey Uso and then go face to face. The band chants, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye. Roman takes off the Eula Fala, the red necklace from around his neck. He places it around Jey Uso's neck. Roman takes off the Undisputed Championship and throws it. He bows down on one knee and gets on both knees. He begins to cry. Jey puts his arm around Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns low blows him. So, yeah, let's continue. Jimmy Uso attacks Roman Reigns and begins to stomp on him. Solo Sikoa throws Jimmy Uso away, and Solo Sikoa looks at the necklace that is now on the mat. Solo looks at it and looks at Roman Reigns. Jimmy Uso gets up and runs, but Solo Sikoa hits him with a Samoan spike. Solo grabs the necklace and stares at it as the fans chant, "Put it on." Roman Reigns gets to his feet and looks at Solo. Roman extends his hand, but Jey Uso attacks them both and hits Roman Reigns with right hands. Solo Sikoa grabs Jey Uso and hits him with the rock bottom. Jimmy Uso gets back up and Roman Reigns hits him with the Superman punch. Roman Reigns kicks Jimmy Uso to the outside of the ring. As Solo clears the announce table, Roman Reigns slams Jimmy Uso face first into the announcer table. Jey Uso jumps Roman Reigns on the outside, but Solo Sikoa hits Jey Uso with right hands. Solo Sikoa places Jey Uso on the ring apron and ties his arms in between the ropes. Roman Reigns yells at Jey Uso and tells him he will never be the tribal chief. Jimmy Uso gets to his feet and Roman Reigns hits him with the Undisputed Championship. He slams Jimmy Uso face first into the ring steps. Roman Reigns grabs the ring steps and hits Jimmy Uso with them. Jimmy Uso is leaning on the barricade, and once more Roman Reigns hits him with the steps. Jey Uso kicks Solo Sikoa away and he jumps Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa grabs Jey Uso and hits him with the Samoan spike. Solo Sikoa plays Jimmy Uso on the announcer table as WWE officials come down to try to break it up. Solo Sikoa stands on the barricade and lands a splash onto Jimmy through the announcer table. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa stand over Jimmy Uso. Paul Heyman placed the red necklace onto Roman Reigns as he stands holding the Universal Champion. That was a good segment to kick up the show. This segment went 30 minutes, and that's all I gotta say. This was a 30-minute segment. This was fantastic. We cut back from commercial, and Jimmy Uso is on a stretcher with Jey Uso helping the medics. Several WWE superstars are backstage as Jimmy Uso is put in an ambulance. So we get United States Championship match, Austin 3 versus Sheamus. Now, this match was okay for what it was. And that's all I gotta say. This match was okay for what it was. The bell rings, we are underway. Sheamus gets Theory in the corner and hits him with right hands, followed by an Irish curse backbreaker. Theory gets to his feet and Sheamus clotheslines him to the outside. Sheamus climbs the top rope and he hits Theory with a clothesline. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Sheamus on the top rope and he lands a knee to the face. He goes for the cover, but Theory kicks out. Sheamus runs to the ropes, but Theory with an elbow to the face. He goes for the cover, but Sheamus kicks out. Theory stomps on Sheamus, who is on the mat. Theory climbs the top rope as Sheamus gets to his feet, and Sheamus hits him with an uppercut. Sheamus climbs the second rope and lifts Theory, but Theory lands on his feet on the mat. Theory with a right hand. Theory hits Sheamus up on the shoulders, spin him and slam him on the mat. He goes for the cover, but Sheamus kicks out. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Sheamus with a body slam. He goes for the Celtic cross, but Theory lands on his feet onto the ring apron. Theory hangs Sheamus onto the top rope. Theory rolls into the ring, but Sheamus hits him with a powerbomb. He goes for the cover, but Theory kicks out. Sheamus with Cobra leaps in the middle of the ring. Pretty Deadly runs to the ring, but Sheamus knocks them down, which is I already knew Pretty Deadly was going to interfere in this match. But anyway, let me continue. Theory hits Sheamus with a drop kick. He goes for the A-Town down, but Sheamus lands on his feet. Sheamus with a knee to the face. He goes for the cover, but Theory kicks out. Witch Hollis and Butch run down to the ring, and they attack Pretty Deadly. Wilson on the ring apron. Sheamus hits him with a brogue kick onto him. Theory rolls Sheamus up, grabs his tights, and gets the pin. The winner and still your WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory. Austin Theory. This match was okay for what it was. Commercial break. Grayson Marley effect with Edge. Grayson Waller starts by saying that he is living the dream. He hasn't had a match on SmackDown, but he is standing in the world's most famous arena. He says tonight is not about him. There have been huge moments in this arena, but no bigger than the announcement his guest has tonight. He introduced Edge to the show and how he comes to the loud pop from the crowd. He stands in the ring and looks at the crowd as Grayson Waller tells him to have a seat. Ed says it is a steamingly hot summer night in New York. Grayson Waller cuts him off and says, "We know all about the arena, but to get to the big announcement." Edge looks at Waller and says it's the 25th anniversary of his career in the WWE. They can celebrate that tonight, next month in Toronto. Grayson Waller tells him, and as Edge looks confused, Grayson Waller says Edge is too embarrassed to say it. Edge has had a big career, but Edge saved his money. Hopefully, has some good investments. But he asks Edge why he is back in the WWE. Edge says it's pretty simple because of them, as he points to the crowd and they cheer. He stands up and tells the fans he wants to talk to them. He says his first PLE for the WWE was SummerSlam 1998. Well, he was the mystery partner for Sable against Mark Murrow and Jacqueline. He says the entrance used to be right there, and he points to the short entrance in the arena. He says he dove over the ropes and they opened their arms to him. And he knows that in New York the respect is hard won, but it is a city full of hard workers and big dreamers, and he has always been a hard worker and big dreams. Edge says, but that is why they work. Waller says it so exciting that in Madison Square Garden, Edge big announcement is that he is retiring. Grayson Waller gets to his feet and says, "It is the last time you will ever see Edge in Madison Square Garden." Grayson Waller begins to clap as Edge looks at him. Edge tells him last week he was standing eye to eye with John Cena in London. Less than a week later, he is standing eye to eye with the rated R superstar. Someone somewhere sees something in him, but he has not had a match on SmackDown, but he is in deep waters, and it's time to sink and swim. As told him he isn't retiring, he's talked to the power that will be he is going to have a match tonight, and that gets a big reaction from the crowd. It is himself against Grayson Marley. Edge throws the microphone onto Grayson and leaves the ring. Okay, let's move on. So we'll go to commercial break. So we get AJ Styles accompanied by Mitchin versus Karrion Kross accompanied by Scarlett. This was a squash match. The battle rings we are underway. Karrion Kross has tape all around his left thigh. Karrion Kross with right hands in a forearm to the face. Kross with a cross hammer from behind. Karrion Kross goes with a cross jacket, but AJ Styles blocks it and hits him with a jawbreaker. AJ Styles with an overhead kick. Karrion Kross in the corner. AJ Styles on the ring apron and a forearm onto Karrion Kross. Scarlett grabs AJ by the leg, but Mitchin grabs Scarlett and throws her into the barricade. AJ Styles goes for the phenomenal forearm, but Karrion Kross grabs AJ. Karrion Kross backs up, and AJ Styles lands on the apron. AJ Styles with right hands. AJ Styles with the phenomenal forearm. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, AJ Styles. This match was squash. Commercial break. WWE Women's Championship Asuka makes her way down to the ring. She says no one is ready for Asuka, and Bianca Belair's music hits. Bianca Belair runs down to the ring. Right hands by Bianca Belair as she takes Asuka down. Charlotte Flair's music hits. She hits and Charlotte Flair music hits, and out comes Charlotte Flair to the ring. Charlotte Flair runs down as Bianca Belair gets out of the ring. They both fall on the outside. Asuka with a double baseball slide. Asuka climbed the top rope, but Io Sky hits Asuka with the Money in the Bank contract from behind. Bayley with a rose plant. Io with a moonsault. Io gives Bayley the briefcase and wants to cash in, but Bianca Belair grabs Io and drags her to the outside. She attacks her and gets away. And Charlotte first stands in the ring. Commercial break. Edge versus Grayson Marley. Now this match was okay for what it was, but I like how Edge puts over Grayson Marley. That was a good part right there. Grayson Marley earned Edge respect. That's what I gotta say. Well, Edge earns Grayson Marley's respect. That's what I gotta say. This was a okay match. The bell rings. We are underway. The fans are on their feet, chanting Edge. A head locked by Edge, but Grayson Marley gets out of it, and Edge with a shoulder tackle. Edge kicks Marley in his ribs. Grayson Marley in pain, and Edge with a gut wrench suplex. A right hand by Edge, but Grayson Marley with a right hand. Grayson Marley to the ropes. He jumps for a cross body, but Edge catches him and lands a fallaway slam. Edge goes for the spear, but Grayson Marley with a jumping knee to the face. Grayson Marley throws Edge to the outside. Grayson Marley slides to the outside and hits Edge with the clothesline. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Grayson Marley with a flying DDT off the second rope. He goes for the cover, but Edge kicks out. A headlock by Grayson Marley in the middle of the ring, but Edge with the right hands. Forearm by Edge as he runs to the ropes, but Grayson Marley with a knee to the midsection. Grayson Marley climbs the second rope, but Edge gets to his feet. A right hand by Edge followed by a forearm. Edge climbs the second rope as he goes for a suplex, but Grayson Marley slams Edge down onto the mat. Grayson Marley across the second rope jumps, but Edge gets his knees up. Edge gets to his feet first, and he lands a big boot followed by a flapjack. Grayson Marley rolls to the ring. Edge rolls to the outside and powerbombs Grayson Marley on the outside. Michael Cole mentions on commentary that Jey Uso is back at Madison Square Garden. Edge throws Grayson Marley back into the ring, and Edge climbs to the top rope. Edge with a crossbody, he goes for the cover, but Grayson Marley kicks out. Edge pushes Grayson Marley into the turnbuckle. Edge pushes Marley into the turnbuckle. Edge runs towards Grayson Marley, but Grayson Marley with a big boot. Grayson Marley with a twisting upper tier. He goes for the cover, but Edge kicks out. Right hands by Grayson Marley. He goes for the cover, but Edge kicks out. Grayson Marley stomps on Edge in the middle of the ring. He yells sink or swim, sink or swim. Grayson Waller throws Edge to the ropes, and he hits him with a spinning right hand. Grayson Waller grabs Edge, but Edge reverses it into an execution DDT. Edge goes for the spear, but Grayson Waller moves out of the way, and Edge hits him. Edge hits the second turnbuckle. Grayson Waller gets out of the ring. He runs, jumps into the ring, and he goes for the stunner, but Edge hits him with a spear. Edge goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Edge. This was a solid match, but I like how Edge puts over Grayson Waller. That was a good part. After the match, Edge grabs the microphone and he tells Grayson Waller that he swung. We cut backstage and Paul Heyman tells Roman that Jey Uso is back. Madison Square Garden he's looking for him. He goes for he says he won't he says he won't have to look long because he will be in the ring. So we go to commercial break. We're back from commercial. Roman Reigns is in the ring with Solo and Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns tells the crowd to acknowledge him. The Uso Music Kids and Jey Uso is walking through the crowd down the steps. Solo leaves the ring as Jey Uso jumps the barricade and attacks Solo. He throws Solo into the ring post. Jey Uso looks at Roman Reigns as the fans chant Usi. Jey Uso grabs a steel chair and gets in the ring, but Roman Reigns goes to hit Jey Uso with the championship. But Jey Uso hits him with a chair. Solo gets in the ring and grabs a chair from Jey Uso, but Jey Uso hits Solo with a super kick. Roman Reigns rolls out of the ring as Jey Uso hits Solo with the steel chair several times. Jey Uso grabs the WWE Undisputed Champion and a microphone. Jey Uso says he won't do that to Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso tells Roman Reigns that Jey Uso is a judge, jury, and executioner, and now he has to get Roman Reigns. Jey Uso says he doesn't care about brothers, wise men, just them. He tells Roman to accept his challenge, so he can accept his challenge one more time. The Uso music hits as SmackDown goes off the air. But like I said earlier, SmackDown was a solid show, and I give it a 7 out of 10. Now I must say this: the Bloodline has been one of the best storylines in WWE, and I must say, I know Jey Uso has to be Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, but can you imagine Solo Sikoa turns heel on his own and goes after Roman Reigns? That would be some good storytelling. But can you imagine Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns? The WWE Universe is going to turn on Cody Rhodes and they're going to boo Cody Rhodes out of the building. But don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if Roman Reigns. Don't be surprised if Roman Reigns beats Jey Uso and Damian Priest comes out of nowhere and cash in his Money in the Bank on Jey Uso. Don't be surprised. Because Showstopper TV was the first one that said it. And I was the second person to say it. But do not be surprised if do not be surprised if Damian Priest comes out of nowhere and cashes in his Money in the Bank on Jey Uso. And that's all I gotta say. But the Bloodlines, but it all started when Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell. So Jey Uso is the only person that gotta finish the job at SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? But like I said earlier, just now, the Bloodline storytelling has been one of the best storylines in WWE. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, WWE Smackdown was a solid show, and I give it a 7 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Smackdown review and highlights, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on WWE Smackdown, because it was a solid show, and I give it a 7 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video, or go live every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday on YouTube at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord, and Thread down below in the description. Now, if I don't have nothing to do tomorrow, I will stream AEW Fight Forever on Twitch, just to show you guys some gameplay. But anyway, I want you guys to have a great Friday night. Stay safe and always stay positive. This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. KFG crew, KFG Kings, KFG Club, Too Sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.